reached out to me, bro. I don't think he knows Jodie. He doesn't know Jodie doesn't know who he is, but he knows Jodie. And he was like, Dave, bro, I know you always looking for new artists, bro.
Hello, friendly listener. You are now tuned in to the Rambling Rowgh Show. I'm your host, Rambling Rowgh, a.k.a. Jars Rogue, a.k.a. Dashiki Daddy for this episode. And, as always, we got special guests. But, of course, I'm back with a very, 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 very special guest. That is Jodie Jo, Moreno Valley's finest. You know what I'm saying? All right, it's that real quick. Get that, you know what I'm saying? Awkward that. And then we've got... because we're here actually talking about Jodie's upcoming video, Black Household, that's going to be, a single off of the album Pencil. We've got his videographer for the video, Black Household. It's Ronnie. What's good, my guy? So pretty much, how you guys feeling? We're here at Dav D Recording Studios out here in Riverside. Shout out to Dav D. How are you guys feeling?
Definitely feeling accomplished and rejuvenated.
Rejuvenated. Okay.
Feeling good, man. Just happy to be here, to be honest with you. Feeling good.
So y'all two have released a trailer already for Black Household. As far as people will know, I think by the time this comes out, they'll probably have the video. So Jodie, maybe I'll start with you. Explain to the people what this video kind of brings. Explain to them what you were trying to go for with the visual. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a very graphic visual. Something a little bit more action-packed, even for something that's average for you. So explain to what you were trying to go for with this.
Okay, for one, with a collaborative working environment, me and Ronnie both put in our ideas in this, and really it's just rooting from friends that I grew up with coming over to my house and seeing that I got both parents, and then they realize, like, I'm blessed, and I see that I'm blessed. So I'm just trying to paint that reality of their story and show what they deal with versus coming to me, so somebody that can relate to them.
So you basically, let me ask you, you're trying to paint a story. So you didn't quite grow up in the household, because I've actually seen the Black Household video already, ran it back actually almost 3 times now. And, it's a video about a single mother who's raising up, upwards probably 2 or 3 kids, and, single. Got multiple jobs. You didn't quite grow up in that. But why did you feel like that was such a necessary story to be told, especially from you?
For one, it's very common in the Black household. And whether you have both parents or you have no 2-parent household, it's necessary because communication lacks, and that's universal. And I feel like the Black household for sure will damn you for having issues, for having problems. If you say you're depressed, you can't talk about it. So just seeing that in the community, not just friends, but Black people in general. And, of course, we could all apply that where we felt we can't talk to our parents about something because it ain't tough or whatever it is. Tough love is mistaken for abuse in areas of emotional abuse.
Yeah, so kind of just to switch gears here a little bit, Ronnie, I just want you to properly, put out, what's the name of your company, your videography company? What do y'all call it?
The name of my company is LIVALE Productions, which stands for Live Above. Yeah, all right, my bad. All right.
No, you got it.
The name of my production is LIVALE Productions. I actually run it with my brother, Oliver Petty, and it just stands for Live Above Life's Expectations. So we just always want to create something where we always put out a message, and it always, exceeds the expectation of the norm. So that's why that's what we call it.
So how was working with Jodie on this project for Black Household? I mean, just run me down pretty much how long did production take for this? Like the video is like 8 minutes long on runtime.
Yeah, so it's first off, working with Jodie is amazing. He actually stretched me as a videographer and editor, and I learned a lot, like from us editing together to him taking over the keys on the editing board, then to me taking over the keys from time to time. It was just dope, and just being able to be with like a creative genius like this is just amazing, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Who came up with kind of the story, the direction that goes on in the video? Was that all just through your head, or was that through any creative genius around here? Or?
I mean, I would say it was a along the way process because there was nothing really planned out. I feel like the song speaks for itself. So it was just a matter of getting it on that screen and showing it visually. So I feel like really everybody that was involved was helping give their input, what we should do here or there.
And like y'all treated it like a real production. The end of the video has credits and whatnot. And I was just wondering, sitting to myself, Jodie, like for your future music, do you think that this video sets a standard for it? Like, are you gonna start producing videos like this more often, or is that what's your plan with that?
Definitely, because I feel like my music is not only music, but it's definitely a story. And it's something that needs to be captured in the full essence of what it really is. And we're actually planning something right now. So as we speak, the standard is raising up. And we set the standard for ourselves. Like, we're not going backwards. It's time to move forward with full progression. And I think that, yeah, like I said, it's just a story. So it's not something that can be limited. So we got to keep it going.
So okay, Jodie, I know you're very tired of I've seen you get praise, man. I've seen you get praise. I've given you praise online. I've given you praise in real life. You're such a modest dude. You're such a modest person, man. You're such a person that like you just shade all that stuff off. But I really got to ask you, Ronnie, like how excited are you about working on this dude's future projects? Because we were just talking with Dav D, like I mean, and I was saying in the first interview, every song, every time you look at this dude's catalog, every video, the next video is always better. It's like this dude's going somewhere. So you on that ride? Like, how does that feel?
It feels good because typically when I shoot videos for artists, people want the same thing. They want they want excuse my language, but they want ass shaking. They want to throw money. They want lean. They want weed. So when you came to me and then I heard the song, they had content in it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is something that we can dive in with. And then I think the motive for the video was always just to make a classic, like School Days or like something like what Spike Lee would do. So that's the way that we approached it.
Talk about that a little bit. What is a set or a music video set like where y'all trying to go for classics? Like, especially where usually you're going for most clicks or like you said, just the most trendy stuff. How is that different when you're going for a classic,
I think it's just coming from a pure place, and then just making sure that whatever we do, it resonates and it connects. And then also just about the team that you have around you. We had amazing people on set to help us out and to make it be what it is, because us two together can make that happen. But it's the people behind the scenes really, really brought it together for us.
So I saw in the credits y'all had a grip, y'all had, I mean, real life, high class. So let me just get a general scope. What was the budget like for this video?
Honestly, the budget was like $2,
Some pizza.
Got to feed everybody.
So that's what made it amazing. Like, shout out to Rob, shout out to KT, shout out to Nisha, shout out to Tiana, shout out to Sakai, Naomi, who else? Oliver too. Those are all the people who are willing to come work with us for nothing, but we were able to feed them. Yeah. Shout out to Nayeli.
Yeah, Ellie.
Everybody.
Yes, and they were willing to work with us, and then we got a dope piece out of it. So.
And how long did production take? Sorry again.
It took a total. All right, so it took a total of 3 days, but we did it over a week, a couple weeks at a time. And we were originally supposed to shoot the video back in March.
Yeah.
But what kept things kind of held up? I mean, was it like just a mutual? What kept things held up?
Just schedule.
Yeah, scheduling. Honestly, it was me. I was supposed to shoot it back in March, but I was going through some issues where my mother-in-law was battling stage 4 cancer. So I was like her primary provider at the time while my girl was working. So I couldn't really commit to meeting with Jodie and then come up with the cure, the treatment, I should say. I'm sorry, the treatment for the video. So he would hit me up from time to time again. I respect him for it because he was so patient. And then there was no malice at all. He would just say, hey, brother, how we looking on this video? We still going to be able to do it? I'm like, yeah, I'm just going through some real life stuff right now. He was just very patient with me. And then we were able to come together and make it happen. And, yeah.
And that's a touching story, man. And, I'll tell you why, just because, in the industry of making music, in artistry, you often too many times hear about people having these fallouts and all these little spats over, really just nothing. And so just to hear you say that you told this dude, like, honestly, hey, I just need some more time. He didn't go out and look for somebody. He didn't go out and run out. Like, Jodie, I just want to ask you, like, why was that important for you to stay in and work with Ronnie and them, and I mean, you could have went probably with anybody, any other video team or anything like that. What made you keep it there?
For one, Ronnie is a stand-up dude, and he's definitely like, he has the same like mindset when it comes to getting stuff done, and I know he's not putting me off because of nothing. So I know he's not making excuses, and he's hungry, and we're from the same city. So we're trying to come up together, and everybody want to run to LA, run here and there, and oh, it's better out here, but no, we stay right where we at and work from there.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Just to say, I respect you, man. I think I speak for everybody watching, especially IE natives. I mean, come on, this is what we need, people. Like y'all are hearing it right now. Y'all are seeing it right now. Y'all, I mean, but let's move on. So pretty much the video is about 8 minutes in length. Uh, I don't really know what else to say about it except for the fact that it looks great, man. It looks like a damn movie. So I guess I could go back to Ronnie for that one. I mean, how much planning did it take for this video? Was it an easy thing to get done, or was it just like, or was it? I mean, describe that kind of process.
We had multiple meetings. The first initial meeting back in March was at Starbucks with myself and my business partner and my brother. Shout out, old Mr. Negative. But yeah, we met there, and then we were coming up with concepts. Then we met again a couple weeks later. Then after that, that's when everything transpired. Then we picked back up back in like June or July, I think. And then we went, and we didn't have a location to shoot it at. And then we were like racking our brain, like, where can we shoot it at? Where can we shoot it at? And at the time, shout out to Nisha, shout out to Nisha. She just had helped me with a commercial I did for Esri. So then I was over there. I was at her house. I'm like, her house is perfect. We can shoot it there. So Nisha let us use her house, and that was like the missing piece of this to tie the story together to make sure we had a house that fit the actual storyline.
It did look like a common duplex that you would find in the hood, like, just people trying to make it, whatever. Like,
Initially, we were supposed to shoot at Ronnie's house, and we was like, nah, bro, it looked too rich. So he was like, we need to go somewhere else, bro. Nah, it was just like the kitchen wasn't really matching the, you know.
oh man, that's crazy. But like, so y'all got it done in pretty much 3 days, and I mean that's commendable. So you say that you have more stuff coming. The collaboration of you guys. I don't want to expose too much, but could we just give like what kind of work are we getting into? Like movie work or more music video work or?
Gonna be movie work, bro. It's just gonna paint that picture again. I ain't gonna say nothing too much because if we don't, talking too much ain't gonna help nothing.
No, I feel you. But switching back to Black Household, an important point that you made on there, Jody, was again, it's not quite something that you had gone through, but maybe I could then ask Ronnie again about this after. But you made a point on there about 18-year-olds being told by their mothers, or young kids being told by their mothers that 18 is that time, that's that cutoff, that's that ending point. Why did you feel like that was an important part of it? Because I think that part really struck me. Like, as a young kid that was raised primarily by my mom, that is something that she would use to try and motivate us and try and get us out. And, the reality was different. You know what I'm saying? You don't get actually kicked out at 18, but it is something that gets said. So why did you feel like that was important? Why did that strike you?
Cause it's sad because you're a kid still, and not everybody goes through life different, but apply 18-year-old to how a cop is dealing with somebody, and then it's, oh, he's only 18. But when it comes to going out in the real world, you got to get out my house. It's you 18, you grown. And then it's just, you look at it and you say how fast that switch is. Because I know right when I left my house, I realized like this is reality and life hits you quick. And it's like that pressure of life hitting you and then somebody on your neck telling you it's time to get your stuff together instead of teaching this person. And it's like we need to understand and communicate. Not, oh, you need to get out of my house because you're grown. But tell them, you at that age, it's time to start doing this, this, and that to make A to Z. Because everybody want to go based on how we feel a 18-year-old should be. But the standards are different in every house. Everybody was raised different. And we got to understand we can't treat our kids like strangers as soon as they turn 18.
That's real. That's real. And you were pretty much having an on-set conversation with like your mom in the video, like just, I mean, when I'm watching the video, I'm thinking about what is this like filming this? What is this like pretty much mouthing or saying these words? And these are such serious topics. Like, what did the set feel like?
All right, so my bad. I'm gonna let you throw yours in, but real quick on that because just I know like it was very playful, but when that verse came, like Tiana, the mom in the video, like you could see her actual reaction, and she was like telling me like I really feel like what you're saying. And it's like you could see it on her face, like you think she acting, but it's like she's really feeling what's being said, and it's just authentic once the camera starts and once the verse starts.
Yeah, she was pushing you. She and like you said, the reaction on her face, it just looked like something that was hard to film, something that was so I just want to just kind of thank you for stepping into those shoes, because again, it's not something that you come from, but man, you did such a good job at like getting into that story and telling it. And then kind of Ronnie, like what did it feel on set? Like I mean, for you just to film that, to capture that, I mean, again, remember, this dude is not done making moments like this, like by any means. He's 20 years old. I'm 20. So you're looking at it and you're going, it's like, how did that feel? And how does it feel like more of that is coming?
I think it's amazing. Like, my brother and I talk about this all the time. A lot of time people don't know their peak or their cap. So his cap is so much higher because he is 20. He has so much more life to live, and he has so much more experience to go through. So his music is only going to get sorry. His music is only going to get better, and it's only going to grow as a person, and it's going to be more impactful to people who hear his message. But it's on set. It was dope because, like I said, everybody was locked in. Everybody was locked in. And everybody gave opinions. Like a lot of times I'm like, okay, what do you guys think about this? And they gave me constructive criticism to where like, okay, like this will work and this looks good here. You know what I mean? And maybe we should do this here. Like sometimes, like I didn't even call the shots on directing. Sometimes Jodie did. Sometimes my friend, my mentee KT came in and gave his opinion. Like this will be a better reaction for this situation. And then also Tiana too. Like I'm a mother, and then this is how I react in this situation. So on set it was just like a beautiful gumbo pot of like emotions, feelings, and then just a good time. I think through the whole process of the video, uh, it made us all closer as a family to where we all want to work with each other on future projects and things like that. So did that answer your question?
Yeah, no, perfectly. One follow up, just kind of to put a message out to people watching. What kind of tip would you give young creators, young video producers, as they're trying to make their video projects and as they're trying to capture moments like that and have sets like that? What kind of tips would you give them?
I'll just say just create from a pure place, have fun. Don't take it serious, but don't take it too serious. You know what I mean? And then just enjoy yourself because, like I tell everybody wants to reach the top of the pyramid, but the best parts are when you're climbing. Because that's the times you're gonna remember. Like I remember we created the Black Household video with like a $20 budget. You know what I mean? But we came out with this. You know what I mean? And it's just those are the best times. So just enjoy it, enjoy the grind, and enjoy the climb, and appreciate it.
That's right. Nah, I appreciate that, man. I think a lot of people would appreciate that too. So okay, Black Household. I'm kind of scoping my brain right now just to think about what else we should talk about. We've gone through pretty much a good deal. I want to thank both of you guys for sitting down with me. Jodie, would you sitting me down with me again? If y'all don't mind, let me just take my iPhone out because I had a few questions. We could cut this out, whatever. But okay, yeah. Okay. So I do know. Okay, your logo was at the end of the video. Your logo's at the end of the video. What other logos are at the end of that video? Seemed like a lot. It seemed like a real movie production for this thing, for Black Household.
Like, what did they mean?
No, yeah. Like, who helped pretty much name all the parties involved on this project?
So we got Katari, Sound Boom. He did the sound. So all the sounds you hear is recorded from Katari.
Pause. Do you have any behind the scenes videos? Any like bloopers? Any iPhone videos like that?
I do got something, bro.
Man, I just can't wait until like 20 years from now. This dude's all crazy, blowing up Eminem status and all that. We just get all these little documentaries and everything. Oh, it's gonna be so great. Like, cause we really here. We're at the bottom ground floor of it. It's just, I don't know, man. Sitting next to you sometimes it just gives you a reality check of like, holy shit, this is what it feels like. Well, I don't want to big you up too far, but just this is really what it feels like to be at the bottom of some greatness. So y'all had Sound Boom logo. What other logos was there?
Wait, are you asking for names or logos?
Logos, pretty much, but all or names. Just shout out, just everybody who, yeah, pretty much.
So we got my boy KT Katari Thompson. He was on the sound. We got Robert Bennett, behind the scenes photos. If you see any online, that's from him.
King Rob on Instagram. So all the behind the scenes. I mean, sorry to cut you off.
No, you good.
All the behind the scenes photos that you see that look fire. He took those. So if you're into photographers, tap in.
Yeah.
We got Miss Lois Moore, Nisha, and she did the Black Eye, and she was helping move stuff on set. So she was the makeup artist. We got Miss.
One thing about that too, Miss Lois Moore, bless her soul, she's actually battling cancer right now. So she let us use her house, and then she came through, was a team player, and just did everything, and then just appreciated. You know, we was eating up her food and all that. You know, drinking her water. Lois Moore,
Miss Moore, we were praying for you. You know, my heart is with you, and wow, I mean, she still is getting on projects like this. That's crazy. You see, so well.
We got my beautiful lady Yael. I love her to death. She was helping with the production. We got Alondra Queen, the one who braids my hair all the time. Shout out to her. We got Tiana Capri, the mother, Miss Black Household. We got Araya Pierre. She was the little sister. Miss Mama looking for you. We got Naomi, sister. We got Sakaya Jackson, sister. Javante Dixon, the boy who socked me out. Jinx.
shout out Jinx.
Quick question about that scene. Like, I think I saw, well, pretty much, okay. In the video, you come up to him, you know, like, you kind of say, like, your homies in here and whatnot. You know, I don't know how far you thinking about this, but are you trying to make, like, a little story go on with this? No, okay, wait. All right. Shut up. No stories. None of that. That part was hard, man. I thought, because that part got my heart racing. Y'all see me on camera as a dude that probably grew up as a little bit out of the norm as other kids. I definitely was that kid walking home, going past dudes, going through the bullshit. So thank you for putting that in, man. And again, I just gotta ask, like, why was it important for you to be the one to tell the story of that kid? You know, like,
Like when I was in high school, I was the kid that was cool with everybody. So it was never like I'm with this group, I'm with that group. But I'm cool with the dude sitting by himself at lunch with the big backpack. I was like, I know how it feels. Like, I see how people treat those people, and it's like you got to paint that picture of. And then also, it's a lot of black people, like, we're held to this standard of being tough, and it's like that kid, like I just said, you see him as less, or oh, he's acting like a white boy or whatever it is. And that's not to say nothing about white boys, but you know how I feel. Like, they'll pull your black card if you act anything other than tough. So it's just to show, like
You're educated.
black people are universal, and we're not one select. We're not thugs. We're not hard. We're not this. We're this as well. We're this as well. So it's just to show the diversity in the black community that's not shown.
fam, I mean, just all right. Thank you for that. I don't even. There's nothing else I can say on top of that. You got any more names?
We got Oliver Petty, producer, helped pay for things like the cameras and all that. Ronnie Mitchell, the man with the plan. Appreciate you, bro. And we brought it together, myself. We all edited.
You have 5 different titles on that video, man. Were you like running around the entire set the whole time trying to worry about it, or were you kind of more calm and collected, let everybody like, because the way Ronnie kind of explained it, it's like there was like an organic sort of feel where, you know, you didn't feel like anybody couldn't say something. You felt like you could apply it, little idea, you could help out. So what kind of role did you have on set?
Honestly, I sat back and I just observed, and we had like this checklist of everything we're gonna get. So me and Ronnie pretty much were the heads of it, but everything was a together effort. And pretty much if I didn't like something, I stepped in and say, Ronnie, let's do this, let's do this, let's do that. But pretty much
Did that happen many times?
Nah.
So let me ask you, Jody. Like I've been asking Ronnie a lot about how he feels. You are an artist with all the tools in his toolbox. How does that feel?
All glory to God, brother.
Dude, you speaking these big periods. I'll be trying to let you go off and talk like you be giving me all these soulful little lines and stuff. Okay. Hey, but all glory to God, amen. Shit, I don't even know what else to say after that. But come on, man, give me some more on that. Give me some more, because yes, all glory to God. God, we love you. But give me some more on that, man. I mean, you really can make anything you want.
All right, so
Anything.
real quick, like, because I think we got to wrap it up in a few. And I would just say just time and effort. Ronnie could relate because I showed him, like, my old stuff. He's like, bro, look what I came from. Boom. Look at it now. Like, look what I'm making. Like, your ideas, you see it on the screen. The fact you realize, I feel like to see growth is the biggest inspiration. Because when you look back, like Ronnie, he has old videos he showed me. Look back, it's nothing compared to what we're doing now. So it's just knowing that if you consistently do it or whatever you're doing, whether it's school, whatever you're at, consistently just push yourself and you're going to get where you need to be. And it's a matter of, like you said, being pure with yourself and striving.
Oh, okay. So, is there anything else y'all want to tell the people about Black Household? That is coming out when? When is Black Household coming out?
October 31st, that is the 1 year anniversary of Penso. So I'm dropping it on that day. We agreed on that. Anything you got to say, brother?
Just thank everybody for helping out and thank Jody for letting me be a part. Rest in peace to Mr. and Mrs. Bennett. Shout out to my girl, Lauren. Love you. Shout out to my daughter, Riley. Love you. Um, yeah, and just be prepared because we got more classics on the way. That's the goal. Yeah.
Hey, well, y'all heard it from Ronnie and Jodie Jo here. I'm Rambling Rowgh, Lyles Rowgh, all of that, and that's it. We out. All right.
Appreciate y'all.
Hey, man, that was great. Thank you guys. Thank you guys, man. That's just. Oh, God damn it, Jody.